Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. What started as an idea is now formulating itself into something tangible. It was something that itched at the back of Rachel Reeves' head, and now she's going to do it. And she's going to make it harder for people to save cash. We have such a thing as a cash ISA, where you can, at the moment, put £20,000 cash a year into an ISA. It earns interest, tax-free. Very nice. Now, it doesn't pay much in terms of interest, but it is at least cash and safe. It's secure investment, which is why people like it. But at $20,000 a year, Rachel Reeves doesn't. She says, oh, it makes people save money. We don't want them saving money. We want them investing in other things. No, what she doesn't like is people actually having cash, a lot of cash, because people who have a lot of cash can't be controlled, of course. Whereas if you have the same investments in, say, the form of stocks and shares, then that can be manipulated, or it can be passed on and they have control over the stocks and shares authorities, over the markets and things. So they can control that. They can't control you if you just take cash out, you see. That would be very difficult for a government to get away with. And so they are trying to eradicate the cash ISA. They're doing it not in one lump sum, though. That would be too bad. They're saying, no, you can no longer invest $20,000 a year. They're reducing it to $4,000 a year. Now, people who've already got cash ISAs with money in will be allowed to keep those at whatever level it is, but going forward will only be able to invest a further $4,000 a year. You can, of course, still buy your stocks and shares ISAs. I have one. I find them to be quite good. I'm very, very safe. I play it very safe. Gold, oil, and dollar-backed entries, and also I play a lot of the on funds, which is a safer form of investment. But I don't take very mad speculative stuff on there. Stick with me for investment advice. Because I like to be safe. I don't care about the return so much as just getting a little bit back, but keeping it safely invested. But again, all tax-free. So I've been doing it for a while now. But the reason she doesn't like people having cash, she does not want, going forward, people to be able to put their hands on cash. Because for governments, cash is problematic. Because cash means you can do a deal with someone and the government don't know about it and can't tax you. So if you often have a deal between businesses and it's passed over in cash, it's very problematic. There's no tax point on that. Or, of course, there's no trail. This is the other thing. They can't tell what they've done. Also, again, the banks sort of don't like it because when you use a credit card, they get their little cut. And every time you use a credit card, they get a cut and a cut and a cut and a cut. With cash going hand to hand to hand to hand to hand, the banks get nothing. So there's obviously interest from the banking lobby to say, let's phase out cash, beyond very small purchases. So this is going on. They want to merge the ISAs, the cash ISA and the stocks and shares ISA into a single ISA so that you can just put the money into an ISA and then you can either have it as cash and or shares. I don't mind that. I think that's sensible enough. You still keep your limit of 20,000 invested a year, whether you have partial cash, partial stocks and shares, that's fine as well. Don't care about that. But it's the fact that they want to get rid of the cash ISA I find a little bit disruptive. I don't like it. The other thing that she wants to do, though, is she wants to mandate, and this is going forward, this is a really weird thing, she wants to mandate what goes into your stocks and shares ISA as well. So rather than investing on the things that will pay the most, she wants a minimum of 50% of what you invest in your in your stocks and shares ISA to be on British stocks and shares. Again, the government telling you what you should do with your money that you've got after you've already paid tax on it. We need to resist this. We need to tell the government to FRO, because this is our money. We'll do what we want with our money. Or you do what I've done. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm opening up a company in Cyprus simply to move ownership of the channel out of the jurisdiction of the British government for reasons which we've gone into in the past. And part of that is I've created a company in Cyprus and I've got a Cyprus bank account. So if I want to do investments, I'll do them in Cyprus and I'll invest wherever the hell I like in my Cyprus bank account because I don't want the government in Britain to tell me what I can and can't do with my money. Screw them. It's control all the time, isn't it? Absolute control freakery. Now, the fact is that, getting back to the core, cash ISAs are actually more popular than stocks and shares ISAs. This is because, like I say, people prefer actual cash rather than having to worry about stocks going up and down or the delay in getting them. Because you can take cash out of a cash ISA within basically 24 hours. If you want to take money out of a stocks and shares ISA, you have to sell the shares, it has to go through, has to complete. That money then goes in. You then have to transfer that money into a bank account and so forth. And it can take, especially if you're dealing with funds, can take a week. It's not exactly free-flowing capital here, is it? It's not liquid assets. Whereas a cash ISA is not quite liquid, but it's at least slushy. You can get it within 24 hours, not not a week. So that's why they're very, very popular. Now, Torsten Bell, he's the Labour pension guy that absolutely loathes the state pension. He pledged that the ISA format won't be scrapped. He says it's a good way of saving. He says, and it is a way of encouraging people to save for their old age. And he wants them to do that so that when they do come to means testing, yes, this is on its way, means testing the state pension, probably 10 years from now, they reckon. If people have got plenty of money in their ISA, they can count that towards their pension, you see. Yeah, because you pay in all your life and you get sod all back because pensions, huh? Because every government has stolen your pension, and they will. Anyway, they're going to be looking at changes, adaptive changes to it, and maybe drawing your ISA into your pension allowance as well. There's all sorts of things going on from this government that are desperate to get cash out of savings and into the hands of the government because they're desperate for cash because they haven't got any. But then they keep giving it all away to foreigners, don't they? Here, 300 billion to the Ukraine. 11 billion to African farmers. I mean, for heaven's sake, stop giving money away, keep it in this country, and do some good with it. Never going to happen. But they're casting around, and then they're doing all this. And what else happens? This whole economy's tanking. Don't expect much else, though, do you? Look who's in charge. Dumb bin. Anyway, there we go. It's all up in the air. Money, eh? Let me know what you think. Should we keep control of our own money? Or should we give it all to the government? Thanks a lot. Bye.